Originally grew up in Elgin, Nebraska, small town up near Norfolk. Graduated from Elgin High School and attended UNK. Graduated from UNK with a business administration degree and with a marketing emphasis in 1997. I relocated after graduation to the Atlanta area. I worked in sales, both in insurance and then in a mediation and arbitration services company for 3 years. And it was about that time, it was roughly 2000. There was a teacher shortage in Georgia. I didn't necessarily love sales. That time I had a young baby on the way, a new wife, and thought I might want to be home more often. So I really started to think about education. Went that route. I worked full-time in sales, and then I went in the evenings to the University of West Georgia to get a business education certification. So I did classes at night. And then in the summer of 2000, I was offered a provisional certificate from the state of Georgia, and I got my first teaching job as a business teacher at Paulding County High School in Dallas, Georgia. And after 3 years of teaching business in 2003, I was hired as an assistant principal at a 6-8 middle school. I was there for a couple of years and decided I was contacted. I've known Dr. Edwards for a long time. And he was going to take a new, he had been a high school principal at Carrollton High School in Carrollton, Georgia for about a year. And he recruited me to be an assistant principal on his team. And so I took that opportunity in 2005. It was in 2013 that the drought and fire of 2012, my parents were still living in Nebraska. My dad has a ranch up in north central Nebraska. The fire that year took his main cabin and some of his land. And then that same year, my mom had a stroke. So those were some strong family considerations to really look at coming back to Nebraska. I interviewed and was hired to be the superintendent and K-6 principal, I guess pre-K-6, at Anselmo Myrna Public Schools near Broken Bow. And my first 3 years there, I held that position. My fourth year there, our principal left and took the superintendency at Burwell, and the board in Myrna asked me to take all administration. So my last year there, I was the superintendent and the PK-12 principal.
Wow.
So I did all pieces of administration there. In that fourth year there, Dr. Edwards took the job here at Kearney Public as a superintendent and returned back to Nebraska. And then he, in his second year, going into his second year, recruited me to be his associate superintendent here. And so I've been in Kearney 5 years. I've been really pleased to be in the system the last 5 years. I think Kearney Public Schools is a tremendous school system with fantastic teachers, parents, students, all the support staff, the leadership. We just have a great system in place. So I enjoyed being a superintendent in Myrna. I've enjoyed the aspects of budget preparations, long-range planning, facilities management, obviously community involvement, being out in the community and working with stakeholders, which are all important roles for a superintendent. So really, it just made a lot of sense that I felt like I had been integral in a lot of pieces of leadership here throughout the last 5 years in supporting Dr. Edwards. And I thought that maybe I could continue our stability and some of the progress we've made in various areas, moving it forward over hopefully the next several years.